Hello everyone, this video is about Chapter 1 Biodiversity, Subtopic 1.5 Domain Eukarya, Kingdom Fungi. The learning outcome of this video: at the end of the lesson, students should be able to state the unique characteristics of fungi and state the classification of fungi, phyla based on the spore-bearing structure. Fungi has 3 phyla: Zygomycota, Ascomycota, and also Basidiomycota. And also state the importance of fungi. So there are 5 importance of fungi as a decomposer, symbionts, pathogens, commercial importance in the food production, example fermented food, and also in pharmaceutical field, which is penicillin. So unique characteristics of fungi. Most of them are multicellular. Okay, so most of them. There is some exception. Example, yeast. Yeast is unicellular. Okay, do not have chlorophyll. So if they do not have chlorophyll, they cannot undergo photosynthesis. But they have cell wall. Okay, cell wall. But the cell wall is not like the plants, which is cellulose cell wall. They have the chitin cell wall. Okay, it's a kind of protein. And they store the carbohydrate as glycogen. This is same like animal. We also store our carbohydrate as glycogen. And they are non-motile. They do not move. Okay, so this is the example of unicellular fungi, which is the yeast. They have only one cell. Okay, unicellular. Multicellular fungi, example is like mushroom. So mushroom is under this kingdom. So they can reproduce either sexually or asexually. Okay, sexually or asexually by formation of spores. Okay, this is very important. Formation of spores. So asexual reproduction is most common method. Produce genetically identical organisms. Okay, while sexually reproduction occurs when the conditions are poor or nutrients are scarce. When there is not enough of nutrients, or when the conditions is not allowed for the asexual reproduction to occur, so they will undergo sexual reproduction. So their body structure consists of hyphae. Okay, what is hyphae? Hyphae is a long branch thread-like filaments. They can absorb the nutrients. So thread-like, okay, they are like the long thread. So this all structure here is known as hyphae. So when the hyphae become a network, this network of hyphae is known as mycelium. So as the diagram below here, a network of hyphae become mycelium. Okay, so this is very important for them to absorb the nutrients because they do not move. They are non-motile and they are not autotrophic. Okay, they cannot manufacture their own food. They cannot move, so they have to absorb the nutrients directly by using this hyphae. So we have 2 kinds of hyphae, which is aseptate. Okay, aseptate hyphae. What is aseptate? Means the hyphae do not divide into individual cells, but they are combined. Okay, combined into elongated multinucleated giant cell. So we can see that in the hyphae here, they do not divide. So all the nucleus are joined in one hyphae. Another kind of hyphae is known as septate hyphae. Septate hyphae when the hyphae is divided by a wall known as septa. Okay, septa. So you can see in the diagram here, the wall, okay, divide the hyphae into individual cells. So inside one cell, they have one or two nucleus. Another kind of hyphae is known as modified hyphae, Haustoria. Okay, Haustoria. So this is found in the parasitic fungi. Okay, parasitic fungi where enable them to extract the nutrients from the plants. So feeding mode, they are heterotrophic. Like we said just now, they do not manufacture their own food. They depend on others for the food. Most of them are saprotrophic. Okay, what is the meaning of saprotrophic? Means they feed on dead organism. Okay, when the organism die, then they just live on them and they absorb the nutrients directly. So the cell, the fungi will release the digestive enzyme and then they absorb the nutrients from the non-living organic substance. So they are a kind of decomposer. So they decompose the dead organic materials. Okay, while some of them are parasitic. Parasitic means a relationship between two organisms where one is harmed, the other will get the benefit. Okay, they will absorb nutrients from living hosts. So just now they feed on dead organism. Now they feed on the living host. So they cause the danger. Okay, they cause some harm to the living host. Several have mutualistic relationship. Mutualistic means a kind of symbiosis relationship where both also get the benefit in some way. Okay, one is host, one is symbionts. So both will get some benefits. Example is like lichen. Okay, lichen is the relationship between fungi and algae or cyanobacteria. So it's a kind of specialized fungal hyphae which penetrate the photosynthetic cell, absorbing the nutrients from algae or cyanobacteria. Because algae and cyanobacteria, they can manufacture their own food. They are autotrophic. So now these fungi live on this algae and gets the nutrients from them. Okay, while the fungi will provide suitable environment for the growth of the algae. So both the algae and the fungi will get the benefits. Okay, so fungi can be classified into three phyla based on the types of spore-bearing structure. Spore-bearing structure means what is the structure that they use to bear the spore. Okay, example, we have the first one, phylum Zygomycota. For Zygomycota, the spore-bearing structure is zygosporangium. So germ is usually means a pocket. Okay, a kind of the structure used to bear the spore. So the spore is known as zygospore. So example is Rhizopus species. This is the bread mold. Second phylum is Ascomycota. So the spore-bearing structure is ascus. So the name Ascomycota comes from the word ascus. Example is Penicillium species used to manufacture penicillin antibiotics. The third is phylum Basidiomycota. The spore-bearing structure is basidian. This can be found in Agaricus species, okay, the mushroom. Okay, so now this is the structure, the spore-bearing structure, sporangium. Okay, or you can add the word in front, zygosporangium. They consist of the zygosporangiospore. The spore is inside the sporangium. So this is under phylum Zygomycota. So this is under Ascomycota. The spore-bearing structure is ascus. Okay, so inside here we have the ascospore. While this is from the Basidiomycota. Okay, the spore bearing structure is basidium. Okay, basidium bear the spore. So the spore is basidiospore. Okay, so the importance of fungi. First, act as a decomposer. They can absorb the nutrients from the organic waste and the dead organism. Okay, they feed from the dead organism. So example, when the fungi degrades the waste and the dead organisms, water, carbon dioxide, okay, mineral components of organic compounds are released, and these elements are recycled. Second importance as the symbionts, okay, a kind of mutualistic relationship with other organisms. So example, just now we have learned about the lichens, which is the relationship between fungi and algae. We have mentioned that before that both also will get the benefits. Okay, and mycorrhizae, another example of mutualistic relationship, is between fungi and also the plant roots. So the fungi will receive the nutrients from the plants, while the fungi will break down organic material in the soil and help to absorb the mineral salts and water, which is transferred to the plants. So both also will get the benefits. So the third importance of fungi as a pathogens, which cause many important diseases. Some fungi are parasites which live in other organisms and harmful to their hosts. So example of fungal infection are ringworms and Athlete's foot. Okay, so this is example of Athlete's foot, and this is the example of a ringworm which infect the skin surface. While Candida albicans, which is common in the human's mouth, okay, it is pathogenic and will cause candidiasis in the oral or some female on the genital infection. Okay, the fourth importance is as commercial importance in the food production in the fermented food. Example, mushroom. Mushroom is edible, which can be eaten. Okay, it is very popular as the food, but not all the mushroom is edible. Okay, yeast used to make fermented food. Example, wine. Example, beer, and the very common bread. We need yeast to make the bread. And the more penicillium species can be manufactured into the blue cheese. Okay, a very famous food. And the fourth importance is pharmaceutical, okay, which can be made into the antibiotic by penicillium. Okay, penicillium species, which is Penicillium notatum, is used to manufacture the penicillin, the first ever antibiotic. Okay, so that's the end of this video. See you in the next video. Thank you.